Welcome to Woman Crush Every Day, where we talk about what is the state of queer media. So we review and recap shows, movies, and everything that is queer, and especially Black and woman.
Yes. Welcome back. I'm Tang. I'm out. Woo. Look, I'm so used to the. See, it was that shot. It was the shot. She's Tang.
I'm Tang.
I'm Al Woo.
That is Al Woo.
Yeah. Here we go. So, this week we're going to be talking about Rafiki. Yeah, if you don't know about Rafiki, it is a Kenyan film about this woman who falls in love with this woman, and they fall in love with each other, and things happen.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Romeo and Juliet-esque type of movie, because both of the women belong to families that are rivaling because they are both politicians running for a position, and so it's forbidden love story on so many levels.
Yeah, it's forbidden on multiple levels.
So we're not going to recap the whole movie, but what we are going to do is just talk about some of our favorite things about it. And if you want to watch and give your opinion, you can find this movie on Amazon Video or on Vimeo. But be warned, on Vimeo, if you don't speak Swahili, you're not going to know what they're talking about. Actually, I don't even know if it's Swahili or a smaller dialect in Kenya.
And actually, I will say, watch it on Amazon because you can pay for it. Where, support these filmmakers, support these folks who are telling these queer stories. So I don't know who hacked it on Vimeo, but you have to pretty much speak Swahili anyway to watch it. So unless you speak Swahili, good luck.
Yeah.
Watching it on there. All right, cool.
So first thing we're going to talk about is our favorite scene from the movie. My favorite scene was when they were at a dance party. They had the glow makeup on. They're under the black lights. It's really cute. It's super energetic. The music is really good. And before that scene, it was Ziki, who Kenna is the main character. Ziki is the woman that she's interested in. Really comes on hard to Kenna and says, I see the way you look at me. I want to go on a real date with you, because they had just been kind of like traipsing about town, drinking sodas. And so Ziki says, I want to go on a real date. And so they go out to this party and they have a good time, and it's really cute. And I love that scene because feminine people be out here asking people out on dates.
Yeah.
Having to step it up.
Right? Femmes be aggressors, like, for real. So, yeah, that's to see the femme aggressor saying, no, I want to go out for real. Stop playing me. Mm-hmm. Let's stop hiding around town. That was a fire scene. Yeah. That was a fun scene. And it was kind of like the Busta Rhymes video. You remember that, like, put your hands where my eyes can see. Yeah. It had the, they were playing, dancing in the black light paint. Yeah. So that was fire.
You had a video like that. You and...
that was kind of like the Don't Be Mad video.
Yeah.
So that did remind me of that. That was fire. Playing in black light is fun. I feel like, it's becoming more and more of a thing.
Yeah.
Black light parties. Mm-hmm. But yeah, they did that sweet. My favorite scene of the movie, I feel like, was the romantic scene, the whole thing. At one point, they so Kenna and Ziki were sitting with Kenna's friends, and Kenna's friends are like homophobic and total douchebags.
They're also dudes.
Yeah. All our friends are dudes. Yeah. So, and I don't think we really talked about Kenna's aesthetic. Kenna is, I guess we would call her stud, like, over here. Yeah. She is more masculine presenting.
And she's fine.
And she's a cutie pie. Yeah, but, like, I don't know, she really stands out in the town, because it's like everybody can kind of, you can tell that they read her as gay, even though she's not out to anybody.
The guys even say, like, she can play, they're playing football or soccer together, and they're like, she can play because she plays like a guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is kind of the world of Kenna's character. But, so Kenna's friends are acting like assholes, so she kind of like steals away for a second. And I think this is the same thing, but pretty much she set up this beautiful little romantic candlelit escape for her and Ziki to just kind of get to know each other a little bit better. And the way that it was done was just so beautiful. Like it was like a abandoned truck van,
little
pretty much
bus or whatever.
Yeah, that was somewhere tucked away, hidden, so people really didn't know where it was, and it was their little hideaway. And she just jazzed it up and made it all fancy and romantic. And they got their little touch and feel going on and little kissy, and it was cute.
It was cute.
That was my favorite
no
scene.
Sex.
Yeah,
there was my caveat with that.
Zero sex
in the movie.
And I'm not mad. I mean, I don't think the films that depict women loving women relationships need sex, but it's funny because I feel like that's so often what happens. Like the very first scene, the first thing that we reviewed doing Woman Crush every day was the L Word, and
scene,
the very first scene,
pussy eating.
And it's just like that happens with that's the thing. So honestly, I think it's kind of refreshing to see some really like softcore some softcore lesbian love.
I still feel differently. I want there to be, it's not that there has to be a sex scene, but I still think that there is this taboo around two women having sex. Like, I feel like that question of what do women even do is still unfortunately popular in communities that aren't queer. And to see two women kissing is, that like hits the mark for me. Like, yes, they need to kiss. We need to know that they actually have a relationship, a sexual romantic relationship. And it's not just like friends or like a phase or something, but seeing two women like be intimate and the need to have like realistic intimate scenes with women, I think is important. But I do think that this still was an intimate, realistic scene of just two people like making out, filling each other up, and it's not over sexualized. I did appreciate that.
Yeah,
it was real in that way.
And also, when you're watching the movie, you can see that they don't really have a lot of time together to get to sex.
Yeah.
So
yeah, this was date
if they
one.
had just jumped into sex, it has been like, okay, really, that's how y'all act. So I don't know. I thought it was cute to kind of just see this innocent love and both of them experiencing their sexuality for the first time. It's like the first time you would, maybe the first time y'all was with a woman, y'all got to fucking, I don't know. I personally did not. It was much more innocent. So,
okay, well, who was your woman crush?
All right. Woman crush of Rafiki, I would say, was Kenna. I think Kenna is cute as hell. Kenna is so fashionable. Like, Kenna's outfits every time were like, you're so fly. And, she just seemed like a really cool person. And on top of that, she was like super stand up because she, leaned into her gayness when the opportunity was presented. She didn't shy away from it. When Ziki was trying to push her into more gayness, she was like, I don't know, but I'll run the risk for you because I love you. And she was just very courageous and very fly the whole movie.
The whole time.
And she was a doctor. She was smart as hell. She passed her test.
Flying
she went
colors.
to go do whatever and she killed it. So shout out her.
Okay, I have two. Well, three. Okay, Ziki was cute. Kenna definitely was super cute. Kenna's mama was fun. Okay. Kenna's mama, if Kenna was gonna grow up and look like her mama, I'd have been like, great. This is gonna be great for years to come. But then I was thinking about it. Was it Mama Atem? Mm-hmm. Her daughter. Mm-hmm. Her daughter was fine. I mean, I couldn't deal with her daughter's personality. Like, she was just super messy, jealous all the time, like, not trusting of anybody. But she was thick and she was real fine.
Yo, I got a second woman crush. I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to Ziki's friend, who went crazy.
Oh my God.
This is a ride or die friend. You know what I'm saying? She was like, no, I love her.
She was a ride or die friend. She had a crush. She was upset that she went for Kenna.
That's why that's
and that's why
crush.
She snitched.
That's why she's one of the best woman crushes of that movie. She had the hugest woman crush. She didn't even express. She couldn't even really act on it. She could just be mad that her friend was out here finding new love with another woman.
She's like, we've been making up routines, doing our little hip swirl dances all this time. And you ain't looked at me swerving my hips. You over here looking at Kenna, who really ain't even got no hips. I don't get it. That's how she was feeling.
Well, those are my women crushes.
Yeah. Okay, so how does this movie fit for you in the canon of like queer films, black queer media?
I think Rafiki is super important to want to have a film that is an African film from the, recorded on location in Nairobi. It's fire. And you can tell just like the newness of it all. It's so important. I feel like this is so groundbreaking in what is to come. This is kind of like the first steps for creating pathways for LGBT people in Africa. And I don't want to say part of the first steps, because I know a lot of work has been done, lives have been lost, and the fight continues. And I think just to see this film, though, I've never seen it, never heard of it, and in 2020 to be able to, to watch this film from the continent of Africa, representing my life, in ways that really represent, me, I thought was dope. I think it's super important.
Yeah. And that it was shot so beautifully. Like, the cinematography is off the chain. Like, it was gorgeous.
It was really beautiful.
Gorgeous scenery, gorgeous people, gorgeous lighting. I love how they took the story really slowly and really kind of like let scenes build up, and I think it was written beautifully too. I think it was really well done and really well acted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
And Kenyans may feel totally different. Y'all may be like, this sucks. We don't like it. We're not for it. But as someone that's not part of my culture, but there is an intersection there of queerness and of Black identity, I thought that it was beautifully done. But I got issues with the story.
Because
I think that just like Pariah, this is a beautifully shot, beautifully acted, beautifully told story that still in ways centers trauma happening to queer people. And for me, I'm just like, I want to see more hopeful stories. And I don't think that's like we shouldn't be telling these stories, but I think there's so few things that are done that are well funded, that when it's well funded and it's about us in ways being brutalized, and the ending for it for me didn't give me like,
yeah, there were no warm fuzzies. I mean, it was an attempt.
Ziki comes back and you see her hand fuzzy on her shoulder or whatever, but it's not. It doesn't end. It starts as a love story and it ends as kind of unrequited love, like love that you don't really get to access publicly, love that you will be punished for, love that that is going to turn your whole life upside down. If you choose to love, your village will suffer, your family will suffer, your spirituality will suffer, your job will suffer. Like, she didn't even look like a doctor in the end.
Yeah, in the end, I think she ended up being a nurse, and we know that she had tested to, she scored high enough to be a doctor. So
yeah. And so it's things like that where I'm just like, okay, I want to see beautiful stories told, but I'm also like, for people in that community, does the story give them permission to be? Does it tell their families they should have permission to be? And for me, this movie doesn't really push that. And, I don't think movies have to push like the gay agenda or whatever, but I do think that there is something about media's ability to push society forward to make it safer and more accessible for people to be themselves. And I don't think Rafiki necessarily does that. I think it's an affirmation of ways that people may feel and their real experiences, but it doesn't go to like the Afrofuturism that I like.
Absolutely. And I totally agree. And I think, and I hope that these are baby steps to be able to tell these bigger stories and to be able to tell these beautiful love stories of, there is a future, that you can find a partner and be with your partner and love her and thrive.
Yeah, also too. Which brings us to how gay is it?
Time has come. How gay is it? Okay, so
on a scale
of Katy Perry to Janelle Monáe, Katy Perry being like
not gay, fake gay,
really not gay, to like all things queer, everything alphabet, LGBTQIA plus. Yes, Janelle. So, how gay was this? On the count of 3, we're going to say how gay we think it is. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, then you say it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Queen Latifah.
All right. So go ahead, explain why you gave it a Raven-Symoné.
Okay, I gave it a Raven-Symoné because Raven-Symoné was like classic Disney character, not really gay, just out here, for the people. And then she came out and it was like, oh my God, Raven is out. And then nothing ever really happened. Like Raven's still out here being gay, but it's not like it didn't do much for us. But we're happy that it happened, and we got a cheetah girl on our side or whatever. And that was this movie for me. Like, it did get very gay and it got very romantic, and it was like, this is exactly what I want. Like, yes, give me Disney on a plate. I want to see them together. And then it kind of just went into controversy about identity. Kind of like with Raven, is she black or is she African American? Like, it just kind of like
to the metaphor.
The society came and like roughed her up a little bit, and then all of a sudden she was on The View being blamed. So, I love you, Raven. But
Raven is loved. Raven is gay.
Yes.
There we go. That's where it is. That's where you
Rafiki
put
is
Raven-Symoné. I'm gonna go ahead and say I put Rafiki at a Queen Latifah, and here's why. Rafiki gets a Queen Latifah because it's like gay on sight. You know what I mean? Like, it's gay, but then it doesn't really like ever beat us. It's not like so gay. You know what I'm saying? We never get the sex scene. We never get the happy ending. We don't get any of that, but we do know this is gay.
It's very gay.
This is pretty gay. So, and then I also I thought about the Set It Off. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of one of those traumatic gay films, situations that happen. It doesn't end up in a love story for real, like talking about, but we are able to see. We are able to. She doesn't die. She doesn't. Yeah, nobody dies in this movie.
Not physically,
but we get a little bit. Yeah, I feel like we get a Queen Latifah gay.
Yeah,
we get a Queen Latifah gay out of Rafiki. So yeah,
definitely. I like that we both chose like these specific people, because if y'all remember back in the TGIF days, there was a show briefly that starred Queen Latifah and Raven-Symoné, and Raven-Symoné was like the little like protege of Queen Latifah.
Hilarious. Yeah. Nailed it. I'm telling you. This Rafiki was absolutely a Queen Latifah, Raven-Symoné level gay.
Yes.
So good shit.
It was like just young enough for a mashup, but just like legacy important enough for ladies first.
Boom. I love it.
Awesome.
All right. Well, that's our review, recap, talk about Rafiki. I hope that you all take the time to watch it, support it, support these real filmmakers out here doing their thing. Overall, it's still a very beautiful story, and I think you should watch. Yeah. If you've seen the movie or have any thoughts on it, please feel free to share those comments below.
Let us know your woman crush.
Yeah, let us know all of that, or how gay is it to you? How, maybe it's a little more gay or a little less gay to you. How
is Kaylani gay?
Yeah, where is it? Tell us. And and if there's other content or other movies that are out there that you think we should talk about, we should check in on, let us know. Drop all of that information in, and follow us. We're going to put our handles in the end. So, yeah.
All right, let us know, and we'll see y'all in the comments.
What's cool with the suicide? I just, in my portfolio on the bullish side, making hella cake off a bunch of trays. I need income coming in 100 ways. Your girl said she ain't coming 100